good morning, everybody. We sure didn't have a white Christmas, but we're definitely gonna have a white New Year's, looks like. So we're supposed to get, I don't even know how much we got. Not even an inch. Like just a thick dusting of snow right now. But the thing is that it rained last night before it snowed. So we got ice underneath all this snow, and the roads are really slick this morning. The old Danger Ranger barely made it out here. I was going like 25 the whole way. I kept sliding around, but it's supposed to continue snowing almost all day today. And according to the weatherman, we're supposed to get 1 to 3 inches of snow today, which I don't know if we'll end up getting that much, but this is some really thick, heavy snow. So it'd be awesome if we did, because there's a lot of moisture in it to get some good moisture into the ground, especially where it hasn't been super cold recently. But I think now, from today forward, I think we're gonna start getting into some colder weather every day into the new year. So that's fun, but we're just starting to do chores here this morning. Go check on the pigs. So yesterday I didn't film, but I put in hay for the pigs and for my single pig over there, Herbie, that we're gonna butcher. I got hay in for him too, because I knew it was gonna be cold and snowing today, and I knew it was gonna rain and snow last night, so I put in a whole bunch of hay for them so they'd have a warm place to lay. But as far as my pigs go, I've got a lesson that I learned to share with you guys, I guess you could call it. So I guess it turns out that well, like first, I guess they're called gilts. The pigs they're called gilts before they have their first batch. So a gilt is basically a heifer in cattle terms for pigs. So when you go to breed a gilt for the first time, you don't want them to farrow before they're 1 year old. And I guess the other lesson that I recently learned is you also want them to be like 250 pounds or more when you put the boar in with them. And the reason being is because they need to be that big to support that much weight of the boar riding them, which seems like common sense, but at the time you don't really think about it. So I have my one sow, she's got a hurt back leg, and she's been limping on it for a couple weeks, but she can get up, she eats fine, she drinks fine. But I got her separated from the sow and the boar because he was just still trying to ride her and messing with her, and the other pig was messing with her too, so she wouldn't get up and wouldn't eat because them pigs just kept messing with her. So I got her separated from them two, and now she's good, she's eating, she's drinking, and she's doing better now. But yeah, so for you first time pig raisers, I thought I'd share my lesson with you so that if you're going through a similar thing, you understand why it happened, or maybe you could prevent it from happening to yourself and to your pigs if you're doing the same type of deal I am. And I know this mistake probably won't happen again, hopefully not. Hopefully from now on out I'll make sure that my sows are big enough, as long as the boar ain't too rough with them. So you know you live in South Dakota when you gotta tie up your 5-gallon bucket so the wind don't blow them away. There's a lot of moisture in this snow. It's like, look at that. We need it. That's gonna help things a lot. It's good to see that we're actually getting some thick, heavy, wet snow that's actually got some moisture to it. Obviously it makes things a little harder because it's gonna be muddy for a while now, but I will deal with the mud over the dry any day. So it's only like, ooh. So I think it's like 30 degrees for a high today, which isn't super cold. But with this really wet snow, these calves get really wet. And I mean, if you're soaking wet and it's 30 degrees, it's cold outside. And obviously these guys are not as cold as we would be if we were soaking wet and it was 30 degrees outside, because they're made to be outside. They're, you know, they're outside animals. They're livestock. They've, over the years, they've gotten tougher and tougher, and they're used to being outside in this weather like this. They're from South Dakota, so. But when it's cold like this, the one thing that helps to really keep these calves warm is eating. So what they got, you know, when it's cold like this, we really push them to eat, you know, and if there's some back hanging out in the windbreak, we'll push them out into the weather just so they can come up here and eat, because a cow's body is its warmest when it's digesting food. So if, you know, the more they eat, the more they'll digest, and the more their, you know, their body will stay warmer that way. So when it's cold like this, we really try to push these calves to eat more, so that they can stay warmer, and then that really gets them through these cold days like this. So that's just some old hay, you know, left over from underneath like a bale stack where there's a little bit of waste. So Dad just scooped it up, put it in here behind this windbreak for a little bit of bedding for these calves. So that'll maybe will entice them to get behind that windbreak and stay out of the wind a little better. So yesterday afternoon, Dad was thinking ahead with the storm coming and rolled out a bale behind this windbreak going this way. So we just opened that gate to let the calves down in here, and close this one so they can't go out there. And then they can get in here, eat on this hay that Dad rolled out, and get behind this windbreak in here. I already got one calf in here. She's just hanging out. She's the smart one. All the other ones are eating though, so that's also good. They're pretty smart as well, but everything is very wet this morning. My gloves are soaked. Yeah, it's pretty fun. Okay, so we got the cows all moved. This is their last piece in this half-mile stretch, so we'll have to put in another half-mile fence for them before we can move them to the next piece and start working our way again. But so far it's been working pretty good. We've had pretty good weather up until today to come out and move them and stuff, so it works out pretty good. But they act hungry, but they look full, so I guess take that as you will. But I think Dad has fed them 1 or 2 bales, but I think so far they're doing all right. Well, good morning. It's the next day now, and we got like ice everywhere. So yesterday it was like warm enough, like it snowed all day long, and obviously last night it rained. Well, not last night, but the night before last night it rained before it snowed, so there was already some ice. And then it snowed all day yesterday till like 8 o'clock last night, and it was just warm enough that a lot of the snow was melting on contact, and there was a lot of moisture in this snow, so we had slop and mud everywhere yesterday. And now this morning it's all frozen, and I don't even know if you would consider this a full inch of snow that we got, that, you know, accumulated on the ground. Yeah, I don't know, it's not really even a full inch, but we got ice everywhere and it's cold. So got the bobcat started. We're gonna get things ready to go feed. Grain's frozen too.
That's why I was wondering if it wouldn't be some.
Okay, so we just got 6 pails of grain filled for the middle pen out of the grinder, because we're feeding them calves out of the grinder so then we can kind of ration what we got in those hopper bin trailer deals, because it's a lot easier to use them in the bobcat than to haul around pails, and it's faster as well. So we're kind of rationing what we're using out of that, using some out of this as well, but those are almost empty, and tomorrow we'll probably have to feed out of this for all of them. The gates for those hoppers were froze this morning, and the grain inside of it was kind of froze up in there and stoved up in there. We didn't have anything covering those because we really didn't know we were gonna get like an ice storm, you know, and a whole bunch of moisture. So we figured it'd be okay if we just got, because they were just predicting like 2 inches of snow for a while there, so we thought it'll be all right, but never trust the weatherman, I guess. So Dad's gonna throw on the forks on the bobcat and grab a bale, and then he's gonna go roll out a bale for these calves in that pasture out there, so then we can let these calves back out again now that we got them all sorted and everything in the right pens where they're supposed to be. Then we can start letting these calves back out again and rolling out a bale for them. They can graze and do all that good stuff. So we last week we poured some concrete, a little bit of Dad's driveway and a patio for him, and we had extra concrete both times. So we had this set up, and we poured a feed bunk we never had a feed bunk here. We never had concrete on the ground. It was always just ground like that. So now like half of it, we've got a concrete feed bunk. Then we've got Dad's old garage door stacked up there with some gravel holding it to hold the hay from falling back this way instead of wasting a whole bunch and basically creating a bunk out of the hay. And it seems to be working pretty good so far. So it'd be nice to get all this concrete and then eventually to have a concrete on the inside too where they stand, so they don't have to stand in the mud. I'm pretty sure I just saw Dad reach up and turn the heat down in the Bobcat. It's right in the heart, man. It's cold out here. So we've had our new Bobcat for 2 to 3 weeks now, and we absolutely love the thing. I mean, it's obviously it's our #1 used equipment. Like we use it every day, basically no matter what, whether we're building fence or pushing snow or feeding. You know, we use it for pretty much everything that we do in the wintertime. So we put a lot of hours on it. We spend a lot of time in it. And yeah, we love it so far. It's been awesome. Heater works good, and it's got the 2-speed in it, and so that makes feeding ground hay a lot faster. You know, as far as going from the bunks to the ground hay pile, you cut down a lot of time using that 2-speed, and you can just drive so fast with it. I think I had the Bobcat beside it one day, or I had the 4-wheeler beside the Bobcat one day, and we raced, and yeah, that thing, it was going like 14 miles an hour according to the 4-wheeler speedometer, which is crazy for a Bobcat, but it makes our feeding time, like it's crazy how much of a difference it makes. And then the other big thing is, like for this purpose here, like rolling out bales, our old Bobcat, it could lift 1,300 pounds, so it would struggle with a good round bale. This new one, it can lift 2,300, so I mean, it'll throw around a bale like it's nothing, and it makes it a lot easier, a lot safer. You're not worried about the skid steer tipping either, you know, with a heavy bale on the front of you, so that makes it a lot better as well. So we got the old green pickup started up. We're gonna head down the creek, and we got, like yesterday I gave them their last piece in the section they're in now. So the next section, Dad and Cole got up the half-mile already. Well, they just put up 2 quarter-mile spools because we only have 2 half-mile spools. But anyway, they got that prepped, so we just need to put a cross fence in. Then we need to do a little bit more to those 2 quarter-mile spools that they made into a half-mile spool, and then we'll be able to let the cows into there. Then we got one cow we got to get into because she got out, she crawled through the electric fence, and yeah, so we got to get her in with them, which should be pretty easy. Get them all moved to the next section, then we should be good to go. So the fence was broke when we got down here. This is that half-mile spool that's, you know, separating them from the next new piece. So we don't want them getting in there yet. It was broke when we got down here, so we're trying to hurry and get it fixed. Looks like they're trying to splice it back together down there, and then I need to tighten it back up for them, so that these cows don't get across there. Okay, they got it sliced back together. I got some tension put back on it, so now the cows can't get in there. And then we can move the fencer down to the next fence. Oh, sorry, trying to jump over the fencer. Move it down to the next fence. Did I shred my pants? Nope, these are brand new pants. I don't want to rip them. Anyway, now we can take the fencer down to the next one, half-mile span, get it set up over there, do some other stuff that I don't know. These guys do because they put it up, but I guess there's some problems we got to fix over there. And then get our quarter-mile one spanned across, get these cows into some new grass, because it's cold, so they're searching for new stuff to eat, so we need to get them moved. The fencer, the knobs on it are froze, so we can't turn it off. It's only on right now, so we just gotta be careful not to touch those, and then you won't get a shock. But I put it in front of the heater in the pickup so that hopefully the heater will unthaw it while we're messing around over here. Looks like Cole's walking. Loser. He's trying not to laugh. I know he is, deep down. So it looks like they just ran out of posts. So we brought down some more posts, some more fiberglass ones and some more step-in ones. We're like almost completely out of step-in posts right now. So Gallagher, if you want to send us some new step-in posts for electric fence, man, that'd be awesome. So anyway, we're out of them. So we got some that I had for my sheep, like 5 of them left. So we're gonna use them, and then we got some the fiberglass ones like we had been using to finish it off. But okay, got them in. Just had to use 2 fiberglass ones, and the rest are step-in posts on this one. And now we'll go out, put the 1/4 mile fence up, so then we can let the cows into this piece. Then they can have all this grass here. So. So these last 2 strips that we've done, we've gotten 3 days out of each strip. So they've been in here for a total of 6 days so far. This strip and the next strip, we're hoping to get 4 days out of each one, because they've actually got more ground on the south side of the creek now. The fence on the south side of the creek kind of comes and then it jogs further north. So they've got more ground on the south side of the, or on the north side of the creek now. So then we should be able to make these last 2 strips last a little bit longer, and we're hoping to get 4 days out of each strip. Would be nice. I think you're good. You're good. So we're gonna let the cows into this piece here that we just strung up. We got 2 PVC pipes that are about 7 to 8 foot long, with notches cut in the top of them for the wire to go into, so then we can set them up, you know, in kind of like a triangle to hold the wire up. Because if we was just pull a post and lay it on the ground, I mean, the cows probably would walk across it, but they'd catch their feet on it and they'd be stringing the wire everywhere, and we don't have a reel close because it's a ½ mile long strip. So we don't have a reel, you know, in the middle to just reel it up a little bit and let them through. So this is kind of what Dad has figured out over the years. The best way to do it is we just do this and lift it up with these PVC pipes, and then the cows can just walk under the fence. And it seems to work all right.
Hey guys, Cole here. Just a couple shout outs. 1, shout out Nebraska football, Pinstripe Bowl champions. 2, shout out this guy, huh?
Why?
Newly engaged. Congratulate him down in the comments.
Really? All right, guys, I think with that, that's just about gonna do it for this video. So thanks for watching. If you're new here, remember to hit that subscribe button and the like button. Those go a long way for us and they help us out a lot. And it's free to you, so might as well do it. And but anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. We got plenty more on the channel. Go check them out. And as always, we'll catch you in the next one.